In this video I will show you why the Swiftpack heads frequently produce undercounted bottles. And what we have here is a 12 channel Swiftpack head. It's connected up to a controller. The controller will show the count. In this case it's 52. Now it's 53. So you see that even though there's no product, the counting head still produces counts, which of course will lead to undercounted bottles. And the reason for that, or the most common reason, is that light from neighboring channels crosses from one channel into the next channel. And this can happen when the top and the bottom block do not completely isolate the light of the individual channels. And that can be of warping or damage, but it is a serious problem. As you can see, it's now 55. Maybe if we tip the head, I don't even need to tip the head. It's 60, but when we tip the head it's probably getting worse. No, not too bad, but at least it's clear that it's counting products that are not there. Now we from Zayek have designed new counting heads for the Swiftpack, so that's the heads that go inside here, that can be synchronized. And once they are synchronized, all the emitted light from this side, from the emitter side, will all emit at the very same time their infrared pulse. And if that happens, it no longer matters if the light comes from, say, channel 8 or channel 7 or channel 9. So the synchronized heads cannot cause these miscounts. So what we're going to do next is change all these heads, and then you will see that the problem of miscount has disappeared. If we would take the top block of this counting head, which I'm going to do now, then all light from all channels can cross and will cause major counting issues. And with the synchronized heads, you will see afterwards that even though I removed the top block, there are no faulty counts. So I'll show you that now. I'll take this one off. Now look at that. It's counting like crazy. You can also see that from the red LEDs on those boards. They keep on blinking. And that's because all these boards run at their own individual speed. They're not synchronized to any other speed. While if we synchronize them, then this is no longer an issue. So I'll stop the video now, and then we'll come back later with the synchronized board. For this project we need two types of boards. We got the master sync board, which has the sensitivity selector, and we got the slave boards, or the following boards, that do not have the sensitivity selector. So the idea is that the master sync board outputs some serial data on the third pin of this gray terminal, which is received by the slave board, and the slave board synchronizes with the signal it receives on that pin, and that signal contains of a synchronization pulse, as well as the setting of the sensitivity selector. So normally this pin is not used, but now we're going to use that, as you can see here in my test jig. The third wire, the white one, is looped to all these boards, so that all these boards can be synchronized. Now we've got the head box open, and the first thing I'm gonna do is install the synchronization loop. So we take out all these 12 connectors and then insert the loop in on the third position of those connectors. So now the synchronization loop wire is installed. I've put some extra cable ties around it so that it stays in position. And now we're gonna change these sensors one head at a time. And before doing that, you may want to take the glass out, because if it drops on the floor, it is most likely to break. This is the head with all the new sensors in place. It takes quite a while to install all of these, and you need to do it very carefully. First you got to be sure that these boards sit properly against the base, and you got to be sure that these stands, these supports, are straight. So sometimes I put a tiny shim underneath just to make them straight. And when installing, I'd like to keep these screws hand tight. Then I put the board in the head. I push them down so that they're flat against the base, and then tighten the screws. So now we're ready to turn it on. I'll zoom out a little bit. Okay, let's turn it on. There we go. The boards are calibrating. The red lights are off, so it's now calibrated. You can see that the controller shows 0 counts here. And even though there's no tablet guide here or anything, it doesn't start counting like it did before with the old boards. See, it's just solid on 0. And you can see if all the channels work. We can, for example, just take an Allen key, you move it from right to left, and then we see, well, in this case it's 13, but that was because I triggered the first sensor twice. If we reset it and do it again, I'll try not to touch the sensor, and then you can see it's 12. So all 12 channels are working. So they're synchronized and they're all working. You might wonder, how do you know that they're actually synchronized now? But like I said before, that extra wire is not only to synchronize the boards, but it's also to set them all to the same sensitivity as the master sync board. So we got one master sync board, which is this one. It doesn't really matter where it is, for as long as you have one. And the master sync board has the sensitivity selector. And if we change that one, the sensitivity of all these boards are set according to that selector. So for example, if we set it to a very low sensitivity, I like to set them to 4, but now I will set it to F, which is 15, which is very, very low sensitivity. So now we can do whatever we want, but it will not count a single piece. See, the counter will still be on 12. So the sensitivity of all these boards have been changed, they have been updated. You can do whatever you want, it doesn't count. So we can be sure that they are synchronized because they've been set to the correct sensitivity. So if I set it back, zero, 1, 2, 3, 4, and do it again. Oops. See, and now we're on 24, so it's counted another 12 pulses. So it's excellent, it works fine. So we put the head together and then we test it one more time. It's all packed up now. We can turn it on again for our final test. Okay, let's first check if all the channels work. We got 12 counting pulses there, which is correct. Then we can take the top cover off, see what happens. Okay, counter is not doing anything funny. It's still 12. And try the channels again. And now we got 24. Perfect. All done. If you want to know more about these sensors, you can go to our website. That's www.xiac.com. That's xiac.com. And yeah, contact us or leave your comments of this video. So I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you.